It's windy today. As you know, that's my mortal enemy, wind, for videos. Here we are at Eagle Mountain Lake. Gonna get a good walk in today. Just started the GPS. And, here we go. It's one of our favorite trails to walk on. A little challenging in some spots with the terrain, but all in all, really nice trail with some nice views. And if you're here early enough, you get to see some deer. Hopefully we get to see some deer today. Eagle Mountain Park. If you're coming here, just remember that there's no pets allowed. So this trail is not dog friendly trail, but check out the wildflowers. Today we're shooting on the Osmo Action. Just the Action. It's the OG Action, the very first one that come out, which I thought was leaps and bounds better than the GoPro that I had at the time. In some ways, this is still better than the newest GoPro I have. So the only thing we don't have is horizon stabilizing, which the GoPro does have, but the new Action 5 does. So when I go to record, I always hit the other button because the button layout's different than the GoPro. When I go to powered on, I'm actually hitting the quick switch button. As you know, this came out with the first screen in the front that you can actually see yourself. The GoPro had a screen in the front, but it was just an LCD to tell you what mode you were in and the timer before they went to a dual screen. So I thought this was cool back in the day that I could see what I was looking at when I had the camera facing me. Many times as I've been here, I've never been to this little lookout. It's pretty neat. Got a little bench there, so if you wanted to have a day picnic. Little lookout point. The trees are kind of blocking the view, but if I come over here, I could stand on one of these rocks and look out. I know on this camera it's probably not going to punch in good enough that you can see the lake down there, but there's a lake down there, and we're going to walk down there. That's part of the trail coming back way over there. I forgot the distance of this hike, but it's pretty good. I think it's 4 miles round trip, maybe more. I'll tell you when I'm done. Right now we're at a quarter of a mile. Need my sunglasses. Pretty sunny. We're gonna go this way. Taking the wind noise reduction off since it's not so windy through the trees here. A decision I might regret because I see the wind blowing. We're shooting in 4K, 24 frames per second. And another little picnic area over there. One of the things I love about this, if I could shoot 4K for a long time before it gets too hot. Actually, the GoPro is notorious for shutting down in the middle of something after 5 minutes. This one I can go an hour in 4K and not have to worry about it whatsoever. Oh, that was a cardinal. Too bad you guys can't smell that because it smells like honeysuckle out here. It smells very fragrant. I like it. One thing I can't remember how to get to is Decinelike, which is their version of a flat profile on this camera, so I can color grade it. But I think I'm in Decinelike now. because looking at the screen, of course it's a small screen, but it does look like it's in a flat color. So hopefully that's the case. Here's the fun part, going down the hill. Hopefully this stuff isn't too loose when I go flying. Sometimes on these loose rocks, slip underneath you. It's got these stairs, little step downs, but I'm just gonna go on this side where it's more of a ramp. Easier on the old knees. I don't know if the Osmo picked it up, but there's quite a bit of elevation change up and down. At the end, it'll tell me how many flights of stairs I took. This Osmo will shoot in HDR. As you can see, it's not HDR right now because when I do that, I lose Rocksteady, which is their stabilization. We're triggered because of this Karen in front of us in the orange shirt. So as I stated earlier, there's no pets allowed on the trail. And this lady looked like what had to have been, looked like a service dog, but I don't think it was. And that guy was pretty vocal about it. Like, mind your business, Karen. Alright, we're to the split. We always go to the left, so I'm just gonna stay left. So I'm gonna go around this whole lake right here. Here we go. A nice little breeze now. Here's another little split off. We're going to continue going this way. 1.78 miles, so approaching the 2-mile marker here. Alright, 2 miles down. I don't know if the camera picks that up or not, but 2.02 miles. Rocksteady stabilization on this camera is really good for being a first generation Osmo action. This came out, and then the Osmo Pocket came out, and that was actually a little camera on a gimbal, a really small pocket size one, and of course it doesn't rival the newest version of Rocksteady, but it's still pretty good. The only thing is I do get a little bouncy in the video because it doesn't have the horizon leveling, but you know, still for what it is, for being as old as this camera is, it's really great. I forgot what year I got this in, 2018, 19 maybe. So it's an older camera. I'll have to look when it came out because I got it when it came out. I always think that's so cool with the cactus and just the other trees. I don't know what kind of trees these are, if anyone knows. There's a view from the lookout point from on top. There's the lake. Camera definitely doesn't pick it up, but there's a sailboat out there. A little fishing boat right over here somewhere. Yep. A pretty cool little island. I don't know what island that is, but pretty cool.
Well, let me just bring it up on up today.
I was gonna stop at the bench and rest for a while, but there's other people there. No biggie. There's other places to stop. Just nice view up here. Here's another information thing. Look at the butterfly. See where we're at now. Where I showed you guys last time we were right here. And now we're right here. So we've hiked quite a bit. Now we're gonna go down by the lake, and I've gone this trail back over, but I'm gonna do the whole enchilada back to where that was earlier. And of course all the way back to the parking lot where I'm parked right there. Time to make the little switchbacks, or maybe it's just down the hill here. Let me level out the camera so you can see just how steep this is right here. Actually, just a few steps. It's not too bad. Leave it to me to fall down the hill. I always think this part of the trail is so cool. And there's the lake just through those trees. That's where I came from. Pretty nice little breezeway. It is pretty warm out here today. I don't know the temperature, but it's pretty humid. I don't mind the heat. I just don't like when it's humid, muggy. But this breeze down here in the trees and the shade, it's like a tunnel. Feels really good. It's the lake. Made it down to the lake. There's really no beach access, it's just a cliff. There is a beach on the other side, about a mile away. Back to the trail. One of my favorite parts of the trails is coming through these trees right here. These trees are giving us a little bit of shade. There's no wind though, so it's kind of stuffy down here. But one of my absolute favorite parts of the walk, going through this canopy. Can't see it, but there are boats on the lake. I can hear them. Oh yeah, I see it right now. Just through the trees. I doubt the Osmo is gonna pick it up, but he's out there. Here's a clearing. No trees here, so you can see the lake up close. They got a little trail walking down there, but like I said, there's no beach, no shore. It's just a edge and then down into the water. A little drop off. Okay, sounds good. Some boats out there on the lake. Be a nice day to be on a boat. Who the put a bush here? Some say that when you see cardinal, it means they're thinking someone's thinking of you. I'd go that way if I was going on a side quest, but not today. I'm sticking to the main storyline. All kinds of animals I hear out there. One thing is I can't get lost with, well, really marked trail, but also if it wasn't a trail, I've got GPS on my watch. Give you an idea, 3.65 miles. I'm walking for 1 hour 32 minutes so far. And here we are where we split off the first time. So we parked here, did this loop, came around, did this whole thing. We come back around this way, and this is back where we're at now. Now we're gonna head back to the car. This trail goes through different little areas, which I think is pretty neat because it's not all the same. You get some meadows, you get some foresty stuff, you get a lot of cactus, and if you're here early enough, you get to see deer. But yeah, you get the lake, you get the grove you can walk through, all kinds of cool little different micro, I don't know if it's biome I want to call it, but yeah, different little areas that just have enough subtle changes that make it really nice to walk through. .25 miles now, so 4 1/4. We're about 3/4 of a mile away from the car, so it'll be close to 5 miles when we get back. So the parking lot starts out at the top, and you walk your way down, then up and down. But the only bad thing about that is when you get close to the end, it's pretty much all uphill. So, and that's the part where you're the most tired. Yay. More uphill. It's an uphill battle. We made it down the stairs of death. And I'm alive. Last time I went down the ramp side and I started running, and it's that awkward run where you're going downhill and you can't really stop yourself, so you just got to keep running it out. So that's what I did. Shishini. About a half a mile to go. We're at 4.52 miles. 1 hour 58 minutes. It's cool. Last couple times we came through, these little side trails were blocked off, but now they're opened up. So I'm not sure why they were blocked off last time, but it's cool to see those little side trails are opened up. I smell a cigar. Someone's having a cigar out here. Little stream going through here. would not want to drink from that even if I was desperate. Does not look good at all. Maybe if I had a life straw, but yeah. Pretty warm day. We didn't bring any water. In hindsight, I should have. Actually, I'm not really thirsty, but I know it's good to have, especially with as warm and muggy as it is. I've been sweating pretty profusely. I hear traffic. We're close to the road. That means we are getting near the parking lot. I am at right now 4.77 miles, so less than a quarter mile to go. We should be technically a walk in the park, literally and figuratively. .88, just around this corner. I see vehicles. We'll be in the air-conditioned car here in 1 minute, okay? Just stay with me. You okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Boom. 5 miles. 5 miles round trip. We did it. We're back here at the trailhead. We're still alive. That's a good sign. We're coming around to the entrance here. And there's where we started. Oh, lizard. You guys see him? Hey buddy, like the one we saw at the old zoo nature trail. Same color and everything. All right, we are done. That is 5 miles in 2 hours and 16 minutes. Heart rate's 127. I'll go ahead and end this Garmin here in a minute, but that was Eagle Mountain Park Trails. That was the south side, and now we are done and headed to get some water. We have water in the Atlas, but I'm gonna go get nice big ice cold water somewhere. All right, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for walking with me, and we will talk to you guys later. Water. See you guys.